this is Dr. David Bishai from the Harford County Health Department. Today we're going to talk about how to keep knees healthy and how to prevent anterior cruciate ligament injuries. Let's start with a vignette. I want to tell you about Joanne, who was a 17-year-old lacrosse captain. She lived for lacrosse. One day while she was out on the lacrosse field, she heard a pop and felt pain in her left knee. She had to go to surgery, 8 weeks of recovery off the field, and then 8 weeks of retraining. So she basically lost the whole season. And things were never the same when she went back to the field. The other news about Joanne is that for the rest of her life, she's going to face an increased risk of getting arthritis in that knee, and that can't be taken back. Let's talk about the anterior cruciate ligament. It's a ligament that holds together the tibia and the femur. The word anterior means in front, the word cruciate means crossing, and the word ligament means that it ties. I've taken off the kneecap here to show you where the anterior cruciate ligament is. It's behind the kneecap, and it goes from the thigh bone to the leg bone to hold things together. What causes anterior cruciate ligament? It's a twisting force where the thigh bone moves in one direction, rotating, and the leg bone moves in the other direction. That can occur when one's landing a jump due to a direct blow on the knee, or landing a jump with the foot out in an extended position. So here's an example of an injury from rotation as this athlete is off balance and landing a jump, and you can see the rotational forces on their knee. Here's a direct force where someone is landing and putting pressure on the knees, or the picture below where the football player is hitting their knee on the helmet of an opponent. And that leads to a dislocation where the thigh bone moves in one direction and the leg bone moves in another. Here's an example of another way to get a rotational force on the knee, where this athlete is jumping down, but because the knees are together, that creates a rotational force that could lead to an anterior cruciate ligament injury. Who is at risk of ACL injuries? Well, female athletes are at increased risk, and younger athletes are. The sports that we associate with these type of rotational forces would be soccer, basketball, field hockey, and another risk factor is a lack of proper knee exercises or a prior knee injury. The good news is that knee exercises do work to help improve strength in the ligaments around the knee, and 4 components of training can offer a 62% reduction in the risk of an ACL injury. The types of knee exercises that one needs are jumping, strength training, agility, and balance, and one can perform these exercises better with feedback from a coach or from teammates. So, breaking it down, the types of jumps one might think of doing as an exercise would be lunging, a single leg hop, side-to-side hops. For strength, one can use squats or planks. For agility, diagonal runs and zigzag runs, planting and cutting. And for balance, a single leg stand or a figure of 8. The Otsuki regimen was a study of 178 adolescent females that were studied before and after they went through a set of knee exercises. The exercises were done as a 20-minute warm-up, as a routine that was done 3 times a week. And the coach initially checked each athlete to make sure they could do the exercises properly. 6 months after the exercises, the athletes were checked for their strength and performance, and the regimen showed improvement in the athletes' ability to resist knee injuries. So our own Christina Claypool from Harford County Health Department is going to help us illustrate the exercises of the Otsuki regimen. Let's start with the 2-legged squat. And here's an illustration of the 1-legged squat. Here's Christina doing a squat jump. Tuck jump. This is a 180-degree jump. This is a contact jump. Here's a lateral hop. This is pivoting. This is a two-legged plant and cut. So the bottom line are that knee exercises can prevent devastating injuries and prevent long-term pain. We recommend these exercises for athletes, particularly female athletes engaged in basketball, soccer, field hockey, and other sports with starts and stops. It's important that athletes learn good technique and get feedback on how they're doing the exercises and practice 20 minutes 3 times per week. So ACL injuries can be prevented, and exercise is the best way to prevent them. Thanks for listening.